Hey guys, what it do? It's your boy Supreme Cheer to God. Yes, I'm still faceless. I'm still faceless. I think I'm liking this faceless thing, innit? I'm liking this pictorial thing, innit? So I actually wanted to talk about emotionally invested fights. You know, a lot of fights I've noticed, when we complain about a lot of webtoons or mangas or animes or whatever, and we're like, man, this shit is kind of trash or whatever. I realize why some of that is, right? I realize why even the Naruto War arc was so trash for the most part, right? Some of the parts were amazing and other parts weren't. Like Kakashi versus Obito is one of the greatest anime fights of all time. Because of the emotional investment we have with who? Kakashi. We have with who? Obito. Right? For yonkers, for years we've been like, Kakashi feels like he should be way stronger than he is. And then we learn his story. We learn about his dad. We learn about what happened to his best friend. We learn about what happened to his other best friend. We learn about everything. We're like, God damn, that would eat a nigga up. That would eat you up. That would kill you. That would murder you. That would leave you black and blue. So then when we meet one of his best friends who turns out to be alive, who turns out to be the cause of so much chaos and so much pain, and we learn his reasoning, and we're like, oh my God, and we're invested in him, we're invested in them, because the reason why Kakashi becomes a better person is because of this guy, and yet this guy is now a bad person. When they fight and they duke it out and Kakashi wins but loses, it's amazing. It's just wow. You're like, Jesus, oh my goodness. You're emotionally invested. Now, there is some great fights that we weren't really necessarily emotionally invested in. Well, I was going to say we're not, but we were. Because I was going to say Momoshiki versus Naruto and Sasuke. But we're emotionally invested with Naruto and Sasuke and their growth and them as adults and them doing that. So it still works just because of that. And we were so excited to see them in adult form doing shit that I think it works anyway. But then if you look at other stuff, you look at Tower God, for example, like for me, in Tower God, the best fight in Tower God for me is Anak versus Ran. Why? We're emotionally invested into Anak. We're emotionally invested into Ran. We spent season 1 knowing Anak, right? A lot of season 1 we got to know Anak. Season 2 we got to know Ran, and he was with Konagura Agnes, and they was together the whole time, and we got to know them. And then when they meet, you like, oh, these are two young prodigies, those two young family guys. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, she's like the daughter of a princess of Jahad, while he's the son of one of the 10 family members type thing. So it's like, oh my days, like what? They fight, they sauce it up, amazing. We're excited, right? We're excited. The problem with a lot of the current arc in Tower of God is that I'm not emotionally invested. At least for me, I'm not emotionally invested in half the people within that battlefield, right? I'm invested in Bam trying to get his master, right? That act, but there are fights between half of these people I'm not really invested in. That's why for me the Caliban fight is so good, because I'm invested in Caliban. I got to know Caliban, but everything else around it, at least before they met Caliban, I was not interested in at all. But the Caliban fight is something I'm definitely interested in, and something that's it's good to watch. It's still not as thrilling, right? It's not as thrilling as it could be. My heart isn't pumping. I'm not like what's happening, right? Like how you feel when Itachi and Sasuke fight for the first time. You're so emotionally invested to a point where you like, damn, do I want Sasuke to win? Like, what's going? Like, you really think in different ways, right? You obviously want, I don't know, some people wanted Sasuke to win, some people wanted Itachi to win, and that's like, it's so interesting to see, because at that point we didn't even really know the full story of Itachi, right? And that's the beauty of it. We're only getting to learn it, and then when we learn it, we're like, oh my God, like, it's the emotional investment is there. They really carry it out greatly, right? If you look at, like, I'm just trying to think of like other top tier fights. There's so many really good ones. A Mustang in Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. That's that's insane. It's insane when he burns your man to death. Like, the rage, we're emotionally invested, right? My Hero Academia does it quite well a lot of times as well. Lemillion, you know what I'm saying? I know the anime didn't do its service, really, that fight, but man, that shit was amazing, right? So that's the thing. That's probably why for me it's almost impossible for me to advocate solo leveling to that high tier upper echelon level, because I'm not emotionally invested in 99.9% of his fights. You know what I mean? Like, we know the outcome, we know what's gonna happen. There's no, ooh, like, you know what I'm saying? There's no negativity from the outcome of that fight, right? He's gonna win. One way or another, he's gonna win, right? But when it comes to two characters you fuck with, you gonna lose. It doesn't matter who wins, you're gonna lose, right? So that's the beauty of emotionally invested fights. That's you know, I want to talk about it because the fight I just read, was the most emotionally invested I've been in a fight in I don't even know how long. I don't. It's been a long ass time since I was this emotionally invested in a fight, and that's Jake and Ben Park in Weak Hero. If you do not read Weak Hero, by the way, you are crazy. You're crazy. Go start reading that shit on webtoon, line webtoon for free right now. Just do it, man. It is absolutely phenomenal. One of the best things I've read on webtoon, and like, it's one of my favorite things to read, period. Anime, manga, whatever you want to call it, it's amazing. It's not, look, it's not Guts, it's not fucking Attack on Titan, but it doesn't have to be. It's a different genre, it's a different type of story, you know what I'm saying? And I think it for what it is, it's absolutely phenomenal. So the fight between Ben Park and Jake, we've been with Ben Park from the jump. And then when we started learning about Jake, we're like, this guy's a cool dude. And we also see that, whoa, these guys could have been, if their paths didn't cross like this, these guys could have been homies. The whole clique could have been friends. They all have similar personalities. They have similar likes and dislikes. They have similar goals, motivations, all of that stuff. So that's what I felt. I was like, damn, bro, like, I really fuck with these guys. I really fuck with Jake and his crew. And I really fuck with Ben and his crew. Like, what's going on? What's going on? So when they fight, they hit the blow to blow. You know, the first few chapters of the fight, it was just, okay, we got the fight, but then it just got more emotionally, like, stronger. You're like, oh, damn, like, Ben Park is fighting his own demons. He's fighting 2 battles while fighting the strongest opponent he's ever faced properly. Like, it's insane. And you're like, oh, my God, and he's just fighting, and when he wins that fight and he drops him, I felt like my heart was gonna burst out of my chest. I was so emotionally invested, I stopped reading for a second. I was like, dang. My heart, bro, my heart is pumping. Like, this is absolutely insane. Something I ain't feel in a long time for a fight. You know what I'm saying? So it was beautiful. I just wanted to, why I made this video is just to give my appreciation to that feeling, bro. To give my appreciation to that feeling. It's absolutely beautiful, man. What a fight. What a chapter. Maybe the best Weak Hero chapter thus far, man. The conclusion, everything, the way Ben Park just, boom, power through that last hit, man, and drop the boy. Man, I felt that, bro. I felt that. And then he got whacked in the back of the head, you know what I'm saying, and knocked out. But beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's what's lacking in some of these series and some of this stuff when people are complaining. It's the emotional investment between characters. And I think that's the key thing. Character is way more important than everything else. Fights and stuff are cool, but it's like actually what I wanted to talk about as well. In Hardcore Leveling Warrior Season 2, a lot of the fights have been one of the key reasons why you know, the previous chapter was the best chapter was because you had Dark fighting Lazy, and there's such emotional investment between those two characters that you're almost crying by the end, by the outcome. You're like, damn, bro, there's no winning. Because somebody you fuck with lost, bro. You know what I'm saying? And that's the beauty of it. And that's why, you know what I'm saying, I just wanted to appreciate these things. I wanted to appreciate Hardcore Leveling Warrior, which I made a whole separate video on to say how amazing that fight was. And I want to extend the same thing to Ben Park and Jake, man. That shit was beautiful, man. Oda-san, phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. Big proud. Lucasum did it a few times as well, you know, to be honest, but you know, I don't think I was making videos when it happened. So, you know, I'm gonna try to just give love and support to all of these things. I will talk about Windbreaker at some point for those that read Windbreaker. We're going through a roller coaster right now, I feel for you. But I'm gonna wait for this part to conclude a little bit before I talk about it. Anyways, it's been your boy Supremacy the God, man. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. You should check out all these webtoons, all these mangas, all these animes I just discussed in this video. They're all absolutely phenomenal. It's been a boy Supremacy the God, man. Make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. We lost 600 subs. We were for 600 and then we lost like 8 subs. I feel like Maybe it's a few duplicate accounts or something that we lost. But yeah, if you guys can, tell a friend to tell a friend and come join the wave. I'm out.
I got friends now. You ain't know, but I got friends now. I'm balling out with my friends now. You ain't know, but I got friends now.